Hey everyone, did you know there's a planet made of pure diamonds? Or that pineapples eat you back while you eat them? Today, we're diving into 15 facts so insane your brain will beg for mercy. We're talking about mind-bending truths about the universe, our planet, and even your own body. Things that'll make you question everything you thought you knew. Stick around. Number 12 will ruin your trust in reality. Let's kick things off with a cosmic bling alert. 55 Cancri E, a planet twice the size of Earth, orbits a star 40 light-years away. This planet isn't just rich in diamonds, it's made of them. Imagine the sparkle. Astronomers estimate its value at a staggering 26.9 nonillion. That's a 26 with 30 zeros after it. Even if we could travel at the speed of light, it would take us 40 years to get there. And good luck mining it. The surface temperature is around 3,900 degrees Fahrenheit. We've all seen those epic space movies where stars explode with deafening roars, right? Well, here's the truth. Space is a giant mute button. Sound waves need a medium to travel, like air or water. But the vast expanse of space, it's a near-perfect vacuum. That means even the most cataclysmic events in the universe, like supernovae or colliding galaxies, happen in total silence. Imagine witnessing the birth of a black hole, a cosmic event of unimaginable power, and all you hear is nothing. Ever wish you had more hours in a day? Well, on Venus, you get your wish, but you might regret it. A single day on Venus takes a mind-boggling 243 Earth days. That's longer than it takes Venus to orbit the Sun. A Venusian year is actually shorter than a Venusian day, clocking in at 225 Earth days. It makes you appreciate the relative normalcy of time here on Earth, doesn't it? Let's talk about Cleopatra, the last active ruler of ancient Egypt. We often picture her alongside pyramids and pharaohs, lost in the mists of ancient history. But here's a fact that might just blow your mind. Cleopatra lived closer to the invention of the iPhone than she did to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid was completed around 2560 BC. Cleopatra lived from 69 to 30 BC. It just goes to show, sometimes our sense of historical timelines needs a little readjusting. War is a serious business, right? Well, not always. In 1896, the shortest war in recorded history took place between Great Britain and Zanzibar. It lasted a grand total of 38 minutes. The conflict erupted after the pro-British Sultan of Zanzibar died, and his cousin Khalid bin Bargash seized power. The British gave Khalid an ultimatum to abdicate. Khalid refused. Big mistake. After 38 minutes of shelling, Khalid waved the white flag, setting a new world record for the fastest surrender in military history. History remembers Napoleon Bonaparte as a short, power-hungry emperor who overcompensated for his lack of height with, well, conquering most of Europe. But here's the thing. Napoleon wasn't actually short. He was 5'7", which was considered average height for a Frenchman in the late 18th century. So how did this myth take hold? Blame it on the British. British cartoonists loved to portray Napoleon as a diminutive figure, emphasizing his supposed Napoleonic complex. The irony is these caricatures stuck, and the myth of the short-statured Napoleon became ingrained in popular culture. Get ready for a dose of humbling reality. You share roughly 50% of your DNA with mushrooms. Yes, those fungi you find on pizzas and in forests, you're practically related. The shared DNA primarily relates to basic cellular functions, like DNA replication and energy production. These are fundamental processes common to all life on Earth, from humans to mushrooms to bacteria. It's a fascinating reminder that despite our apparent differences, all living organisms are connected by the intricate web of DNA. So next time you enjoy a portobello mushroom, remember, you're having a distant relative for dinner. Ever wonder how your stomach handles all the different foods you throw at it? Well, it's all thanks to your stomach acid, a potent cocktail of hydrochloric acid, potassium chloride, and sodium chloride. This stuff is so powerful it can dissolve not only your food, but also metal. That's right, your stomach acid is strong enough to break down razor blades. But before you start swallowing keys and coins, a word of caution. While your stomach lining is incredibly resilient, it's not invincible, so while it's fascinating to think of your stomach as a miniature acid bath, it's best to stick to a more conventional diet. Your brain is an incredible organ, responsible for your thoughts, emotions, memories, and everything that makes you, you. And get this, it's powered by electricity. That's right, your brain generates its own electrical impulses, even as we speak. These electrical signals are generated by billions of neurons, the specialized cells in your brain that communicate with each other. These signals are the language of your brain, transmitting information throughout your nervous system. Your brain generates about 25 watts of power, enough to dimly light a bulb. It's the stuff of legends, myths, and science fiction, but did you know there's a creature on Earth that's biologically immortal? Meet Turritopsis dohrnii, the immortal jellyfish. This tiny, translucent creature has a remarkable ability when faced with starvation, injury, or other forms of stress. It can revert back to its polyp stage, essentially starting its life cycle all over again. It's like a butterfly transforming back into a caterpillar, only to emerge as a butterfly again. Scientists are still unraveling the secrets of this incredible feat of biological rejuvenation. Imagine the possibilities if we could unlock the secrets of the immortal jellyfish. Here's a fact that's sure to make you look at your breakfast differently. Bananas are radioactive. Before you swear off this potassium-rich fruit forever, let me explain. Bananas contain potassium-40, a naturally occurring radioactive isotope. The amount of radiation is incredibly small, far too low to pose any threat to human health. You'd need to eat roughly 20 million bananas in one sitting to receive a lethal dose of radiation from potassium-40. So enjoy your bananas without fear. Octopuses are already strange and wonderful creatures, with their 8 arms, ink-squirting abilities, and uncanny intelligence. But here's a fact that'll really make you question reality. Octopuses have brains in their arms. Well, not exactly full-fledged brains, but rather clusters of neurons distributed throughout their arms. These decentralized brains allow each arm to act semi-independently, processing sensory information and controlling movement without constant input from the central brain. Imagine having 8 arms, each with a mind of its own, working in perfect coordination. No wonder octopuses are considered one of the most intelligent invertebrates on the planet. The English language is full of quirks and oddities, but this one takes the cake. The word buffalo can be used to form a grammatically correct sentence 8 times in a row. Here it is. Buffalo, 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 confused. Let's break it down. In this context, buffalo can be a noun, the animal, a verb, to bully or confuse, or a place, Buffalo, New York. It's a testament to the flexibility and ambiguity of language, and a reminder that sometimes English can be downright bizarre. It seems counterintuitive, but under certain conditions, hot water can actually freeze faster than cold water. This phenomenon is known as the Mpemba effect, named after Erasto Mpemba, a Tanzanian student who observed this effect while making ice cream in the 1960s. While the exact mechanisms behind the Mpemba effect are still debated by scientists, several factors are thought to contribute, including evaporation, convection, dissolved gases, and supercooling. The Mpemba effect is a fascinating example of how even seemingly simple phenomena can have complex and counterintuitive explanations. It's a reminder that the universe is full of surprises, and sometimes the most obvious answer isn't always the right one. Remember that cosmic dust we talked about earlier? Well, it's not just floating around in space. Every single day, tons of it rain down on Earth, remnants of asteroids, comets, and other celestial objects. And guess what? You're breathing it in, drinking it, and yes, even eating it. That's right, every bite of food, every sip of water contains tiny particles of space dust. It's estimated that the average person consumes about a teaspoon of meteorite dust every year. It's a humbling thought, a reminder that we're all connected to the cosmos in ways we never imagined. Ultra, stay curious. If your brain isn't goo yet, smash that like button and tell me which fact broke you. We've explored diamond planets, silent supernova, immortal jellyfish, and so much more, but the universe is full of even more mind-blowing wonders waiting to be discovered. Subscribe. Next week, we're exposing why sharks are older than Saturn's rings. And yes, it's terrifying. Stay curious.